my life explained to you through several roller coaster rides that I didn't have to pay for, but I guess I did, so I would be here right now explaining everything to you all so you can get to know me a little bit better at the end of this short session. Born in 1979 in Laredo, Texas, to Nanda Salazar, I grew up with my grandparents. My mom being single, she had to go through hardships to support me and my family. But I ended up growing up with my grandparents, which meant that they taught me moral, ethical support through my childhood life. I don't think they knew about karma the way we know about karma back then, but I think karma to them was a reflection of how they taught me how to be as a young man and a young person, and I've kind of carried those traits on with me through my life. Went to high school in Hermanville, Texas. Born and raised in Hermanville, Texas. You can see here our water tower, because that's the main focus point of our town. So when you're passing by through Hermanville, Texas, which is between Laredo and Corpus, once you see this water tower, then you know you're in my hometown, and it's the vaquero capital of Texas. So in case y'all didn't know, very nice people. Neighbors are always wanting to help. Our school district is one of the best. So it's a very, very close-knit town that I hope you all one day come and visit and come and look for me. The reason I chose this water tower as well, because it kind of represents me as myself, because I haven't gone or done anything out of this town other than work and support my family. So again, as you see this, that's just a reflection of who I am. And who I am, Aaron Salazar. Born and raised again in a middle-class family, very difficult, very hard, but I found passion in doing what I do now and what I like doing now. In sports. Sports was my hobby. And I went through hardships in life, but sports was there to kind of help me through the ups and downs. It was kind of my getaway through going through anything that I was going through in school and life. Sports was there to take all those bad memories or bad thoughts away at that time. So as I developed liking sports, I also started liking profession, which I want to get into now, and this is where I'll end it with that. But it gave me the path. My hometown gave me the path to do what I wanted to do, but I just never took the chance. I was too afraid. So I graduated high school, Hermanville High School in 1997, and I wanted to attend. And I actually enrolled in Texas A&M International in Laredo. But at that year, I became a father, and knowing how difficult it is, I dropped out and never returned due to the fear of college life. I didn't know, I was embarrassed. I didn't know how people would perceive me. Not that anyone knew me at that college, but I just didn't want to go back because, one, I was really afraid. So there's where I come into the main point of my discussion today. So you can get to know me a little bit more. I'm going to go into detail and more depth as I go along, but I want you to know me. I want who I really am. I take this from a movie that I saw in 1992. I always knew what the right path was, but I never took it because it was too hard. That's kind of been, that's been my life these past years, and it wasn't until a couple of years ago where I actually gathered my life into one, and I'm trying to become, and I'm attempting to become the better person I was 5 or 10 years ago. So I remember watching that movie, and I remember portraying myself as a character, not the main character, if you all seen the movie, but the character named Charlie. He was caught up in the wrong thing. Well, he wasn't even involved in the wrong things, but he never wanted to do no harm to anyone. So at the end of the movie, the last 20 minutes of the movie, that's pretty much my portrayal of my life. If you ever watched that movie, I suggest you watch it, because the last 20 minutes of it, when the main character, Al Pacino, and Charlie are in a debate over whether he should get punished for doing the right thing, that's my reflection of my life. I was always blamed for doing the right thing, so I tended to go the wrong way. Even though I knew, but I was tending to go the wrong way. So I turned, when I went the wrong way, I turned to religion. And the reason I bring up religion was because my name, Aaron, was given to me by my aunt, who was at my birth site. Aaron, if you all know, in the Bible, is a brother of Moses. Aaron was Moses' translator, was caregiver because Moses was deaf. In case you didn't know, he was deaf and had a hard time adjusting to life. Walking, eating, anything you can think of. His brother was going through hardships at that time, and Moses was there to help his brother. So my aunt, being the religious person in the family, I mean, we're all religious, but my aunt was a little bit more religious. she gave me that name. So when I would go through these hard times, she would always tell me, use the Bible, go to the Bible. So I remember reading Psalms 37:4. Take delight in the Lord, and the Lord will delight your heart. And that is the true meaning of what my grandparents taught me. My grandparents always taught me, always believe in God, always believe in faith, always believe in yourself. So that verse pretty much is why I'm here right now. And if you keep me going furthermore, I didn't want to be a statistic coming from the middle class family. Because according to US and World News, CNN.com, 60% of Hispanics in the middle class area do not graduate college. So I knew that I had to do something in my life, and if I wanted to do something in my life, I had to become a stronger person than who I was. Like, you kind of seen where I'm going here, where, you know, I was born and I was brought up by my grandparents who taught me morals and ethics, but then I had to do a lot of soul searching in my life to find faith, to find hope, to find religion, actually to find myself to be the better person I am. Don't forget, I was a father at age 19, so I'm going through different roadways in my life. I still couldn't find the right one. And it wasn't until, like I mentioned 5 years ago, where I met my wife and I had my kids, there's where I knew that I had to do something more than what I'm doing now. Long story short, law enforcement comes into play. I had no business in law enforcement because I was like the class clown in my class. So I didn't know why and how. To this day, I ask myself to this day how I got in law enforcement. I got in law enforcement in 2002. Laredo Police Academy, worked with the Jim County Sheriff's Department in Henryville, Texas, for 13 years. I was a jailer, police officer, and at the end of my career there, sergeant of patrol for the patrol division. 2013, I get hired with the Jim County Independent School District as a police officer. SROs they're called, and immediately I knew that I think I needed to change profession. Not in law enforcement, because I love law enforcement, because that's what I do with the kids, but I wanted to become in the educational part of it. I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to inspire these kids that don't have those tools at home to be inspired. Again, we're in Henryville is considered a low middle class oriented place, and I knew that, and I know since being here that a lot of our families go through so much more than what I've gone through. That's why I'm very thankful to God that it's given me this to show to our kids that, you know, we do love them, we do care for them. So as I started working here in our school district, I knew that I wanted to have a bigger role with our school and with our kids, and that's why I want to teach. I didn't know how to do it because, again, fear. Fear always kept me back from doing what I wanted to do. And I didn't know why. It's what my grandmother always told me. Fear doesn't exist. It never does. It exists in the way you portray it. So it wasn't until I went to a law enforcement center school and I heard about the academic partnership through various schools. Lamar was one. Sam Houston State was one. Corpus Christi Commerce was one. I'm sorry, Texas A&M Commerce was one. So I did a little bit of research. Little by little, I wasn't enthusiastic about it because, again, I was afraid. But I found Lamar, and again, when I read about Lamar in US and news.com, Lamar ranked top 50 in the whole United States with the online program for criminal justice. So what better fit for me than that? So started inquiring about it, still taking the one step forward but two steps back. I finally had the courage to call Lamar and ask, how do you get in, what do you do, what's the academic partnership, and what is it going to do for my family? What is it going to do for me to better my family? Within minutes, I got a call from Lamar University. They told me, well, now since you're a peace officer with law enforcement official, the state actually pays for your peace officer classes. And you take care of your core classes. We'll take care of this. We'll give you credit. It doesn't matter how long you've been out of school. We'll give you credit for being in law enforcement and protecting our kids, protecting our cities, protecting our towns, protecting everyone. We're going to help you get back into school because we want you to graduate. And to this day, I don't know who that person was that called me, but he made a huge difference in my life. He made an impact in my life when he just told me, let go and just do it. Let go and just do it. So thanks to Lamar and thanks to the academic partnership, I am here today to kind of give you a brief summary of my life and what I'm doing to make it better. And I hope that I inspire you to do the same, because as we all know, fear doesn't exist. It's just an illusion. And I'm a perfect example, thanks to Lamar, that your dreams can come true with hard work. Thank you very much, and God bless you.